At first they were charming. A kitten on a chair, a cat sipping tea, a cat holding a parasol. People smiled. He smiled. His wife smiled. The world looked ordinary. Then his wife stopped smiling. She died. He stopped smiling. But him drawing cats did not stop. In fact, it only started. By the time outsiders noticed, the cats had changed. They didn't behave like cats anymore. Their eyes became kaleidoscopes. The cats stare. They do not smile. They twist and fragment, reflecting the edges of a mind that stopped returning phone calls, stopped noticing seasons, stopped talking to other humans. Louis Wain, as a person, became an empty shell. His mind melted and became a museum of horror. Louis Wain's wife, Emily, fell seriously ill with breast cancer not long after they married. She was bedridden, depressed, in constant pain. One day Wain found a tiny black and white kitten outside. They named him Peter. Bringing Peter into the house instantly changed the atmosphere. Emily lit up. She laughed again. She talked to the cat. She held him in bed. Wain later said Peter saved her final months. Wain started sketching Peter constantly just to entertain her. He made the kitten do human things, gave him expressions, put him in scenes. Emily loved it. Those little drawings turned into the entire empire of Louis Wain cats. He began working as a tidy Victorian illustrator, drawing cats for newspapers and magazines as his full-time job. Some important publisher noticed his sketch, and the world gave him a pen and a contract. The cats dressed in jackets and played cards. They were a private joke turned public charm. The world felt safe and even profitable. Not for long. His wife was terminally ill. He got played by the important publisher that noticed his sketch. He sold drawings for flat fees, letting publishers reproduce them without royalties. He continued drawing funny cats. Money came and went. Responsibilities increased. After all, he also had mother and sisters to support. Poverty and pressure mounted while important publisher was paying him flat fees. He continued drawing funny cats. Love and death changes all things. Cats turned into fractals. Eyes multiplied. Patterns engulfed bodies. The drawings no longer portrayed a cozy but absurd domestic cat society. They became visions, swirling geometry, grotesque abstractions, hallucinatory cat landscapes. People who smiled began to fear, then to distance themselves. Publishers dried up. Society, unprepared for this psychedelic ego dissolution, turned away from the madness. Wain grew paranoid. Letter after letter to acquaintances outlining conspiracies, distrust of his own sisters who once lived under his care. He holed up, first alone, then inside institutions. But the cats did not end. Inside asylum walls, Wain kept drawing. He drew as if he was at Alex and Allison Gray's workshop. When Wain's paranoia emerged, he became intensely irritable, suspicious of motives and convinced that others had turned hostile. His hospital records describe him as argumentative, convinced that staff were plotting or speaking ill of him, and often feeling persecuted. At the asylum, he was reported to have told doctors that he had been bothered by spirits night and day for 6 years. There are reports that he believed the world around him, not just people, but more abstract influences, had malevolent intent. He interpreted ordinary interactions as hostile and sometimes reacted violently. His behavior included disturbing and erratic acts, moving furniture at night, pacing, locking himself away, writing long paranoid letters. his days filled with small distortions, the kind that feel almost reasonable at first. A sister's voice carried extra emphasis. A quiet room seemed to observe his moves. People's expressions felt loaded with intention. Reality gained a second layer, shimmering just slightly out of view, and Louis drifted toward it because it felt strangely meaningful. His mind held an enormous sensitivity, and the illness amplified it into something vivid. Schizophrenia shaped the world into something thick with significance. His art absorbed this heightened experience. The drawings became only dialogues he could trust.